When rap beef collides with real-life street legends, you don't get drama. You get nuclear warfare. Forget the Kardashians crying over mascara or Drake and Kanye fake hugging for PR. This right here makes that look like a preschool pillow fight. I'm talking about 50 Cent going head-to-head with none other than Big Meech himself. After a scandal involving Lil Meech leaked so hard it crashed the internet faster than Kim K's accidental tape. Picture this, one of hip-hop's coldest moguls, 50 Cent, a man who never met a feud he didn't want to monetize, suddenly facing off against Big Meech, the iconic BMF boss whose name alone sends rappers into writing entire mixtapes. And in the middle of it all, Lil Meech, looking like he just walked into Thanksgiving dinner and realized both sides of the family hate each other. The leak was messy, the fallout was louder than a DJ Khaled ad-lib, and the feud? Oh, it went from shady Instagram captions to a full-blown cultural earthquake. And make no mistake, this isn't just another beef. No, this is the kind of chaos that rewrites reputations, wrecks relationships, and makes even Hollywood gossip blogs say, "We can't handle this one." It all started like every modern disaster, with a leak. No, not a faucet, not a hacked OnlyFans, but a scandal involving Lil Meech that spread across the internet like wildfire at a barbecue. Allegations, receipts, screenshots, the kind of messy trail that makes the FBI look at their workload and say, "Nah, Twitter's got this one." The scandal wasn't just embarrassing, it was nuclear. Lil Meech, the son of the legendary Big Meech, already had the weight of his father's name, the BMF legacy, and the Hollywood spotlight from playing himself in 50 Cent's hit show BMF. But when that leak hit, suddenly, he wasn't just an actor or a legacy kid, he was a headline, a meme, and a PR nightmare. Enter 50 Cent. Now, if there's one thing Curtis Jackson loves more than vitamin water and trolling Ja Rule, it's leveraging drama. The man has built an empire out of feuds. Rick Ross, Floyd Mayweather, Diddy, you name it. 50's roasted them harder than a Comedy Central special. So when the Lil Meech scandal popped up, 50 was quick to amplify it. Instagram posts, shady captions, laughing emojis sprinkled like salt on fresh wounds. But here's the kicker. Big Meech saw it. And Big Meech, the man who built an empire before social media clout was even a thing, was not about to let 50 turn his son into a punchline. Suddenly, whispers started circulating. Word on the street was that Meech wasn't just irritated, he was furious. This wasn't Ja Rule, a man 50 could bully into oblivion. This was Big Meech, a name etched into hip-hop lore, a man whose respect carries more weight than a platinum record. The first signs of the storm came through sources close to the family. Reports said Big Meech felt betrayed. He allegedly called out 50 for using his son's scandal to push the BMF brand, turning real pain into ratings. That's when the tension snapped. Fans started debating in real time. Is 50 untouchable? Will Meech check him? The streets buzzed with energy not seen since Jay-Z and Nas traded bars. This wasn't just entertainment. This was legacy vs. empire, street credibility vs. corporate cloud. By now, the blogs were feasting. The Shade Room was posting updates like it was election night coverage. Hollywood Unlocked slapped on headlines so dramatic they looked like movie trailers. And Twitter, it became the gladiator arena. Hashtags like hashtag Meech versus 50 and hashtag Lil Meech leak trended for days, and through it all, Lil Meech looked stuck like the kid at the center of a custody battle where the parents just happened to be two of the most powerful figures in hip-hop culture. Once the scandal leaked and the tension brewed, the internet took the story and blew it up into a circus so wild it made Tiger King look tame. This wasn't just about Lil Meech anymore, it was about power, pride, and pettiness at its peak. 50 Cent did what 50 Cent always does. He doubled down. He posted memes. He cracked jokes. He made references that fans screenshot, reposted, and dissected like they were ancient hieroglyphs. One post showed a picture of a crying face with the caption, "BMF, Big Meech feelings. Savage." Another had Lil Meech photoshopped into a courtroom sketch, while 50 added, "Next season writes itself." Cold-blooded. But then came the bombshell. Alleged leaked messages suggesting Big Meech was furious about the way 50 was handling his son's scandal. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. Some said 50 had finally picked the wrong fight. Others claimed Big Meech couldn't really touch 50 after all. Curtis Jackson was too powerful, too rich, too connected. But the streets? They whispered differently. They said Meech's influence wasn't just historical, it was still alive and kicking. The reaction spiraled. Rappers started chiming in. Rick Ross, who still holds one of the longest-running grudges against 50, posted a laughing emoji and a cryptic message. Tables turn. T made a slick comment about knowing when not to play with bosses. Even Fat Joe allegedly told an interviewer, "That's one beef I wouldn't touch." The memes got uglier too. TikTok creators were editing clips of Power and BMF, overlaying them with captions like, "When your TV dad clowns your real dad." Twitter threads debated whether this was real or just brilliant marketing. Because let's be honest with 50 Cent, you never know. The man could fake his own funeral if it meant getting a new Stars deal. Meanwhile, Lil Meech himself tried damage control. He went live, defended himself, denied some claims, brushed off others. But by then, it didn't matter. The narrative had already spun out of control. People weren't just dragging Lil Meech anymore, they were dragging the entire BMF legacy into the mud. And that's when Big Meech supposedly exploded. Sources claimed he sent word out that he wasn't going to stand by while 50 made his son into a meme. The phrase "total chaos" wasn't exaggeration, it was the vibe. Hip-hop blogs reported tension at an all-time high. Fans speculated about whether the feud would spill beyond Instagram captions. The energy was so tense, you could cut it with a butter knife if the butter knife was made of diamond and dipped in drama. By now, the scandal wasn't just a headline. It was a cultural soap opera. And the question on everyone's mind was simple. Who was going to blink first, 50 Cent, the king of pettiness, or Big Meech, the king of the streets? The aftermath hit like an earthquake, reshaping reputations, alliances, and the way people viewed both 50 Cent and Big Meech. For 50 Cent, the man who had built an empire on trolling, this was uncharted territory. Usually, his feuds end with him clowning his opponent into silence. Ja Rule disappeared. Mayweather's reading ability became a meme. But Big Meech, this wasn't a man who bowed out. If anything, Meech's silence carried more weight than 50's jokes. Suddenly, fans began asking, did 50 finally meet his match? Big Meech's reaction, whether through statements, whispers, or the looming threat of his reputation, created a shift. His name carried a gravitas no meme could erase. Even people who laughed at 50's captions admitted, yeah, but he better tread carefully. It was the first time in years people thought 50 might have gone too far. As for Lil Meech, his image took the biggest hit. The scandal had already dented his reputation, but watching two titans fight over his mess turned him into collateral damage. Fans roasted him for starting the fire but hiding in the smoke. Memes depicted him holding popcorn while his dad and 50 battled it out. Some fans felt sympathy, others mocked him. Either way, his name stayed hot, but not in the way he wanted. The industry impact was huge. Suddenly, every rapper, producer, and influencer had to choose sides carefully. Nobody wanted to be caught in the crossfire. Some backed 50, pointing to his track record of winning every feud. Others leaned toward Meech, out of respect for his legendary status. Neutrality wasn't an option, silence was seen as weakness. Public perception of the BM show shifted too. What was supposed to be a glossy dramatization of a legendary empire now felt like a messy family soap opera bleeding into real life. Ratings may have spiked, but the controversy overshadowed the artistry. Fans weren't asking about the next episode's plot, they were asking if 50 and Big Meech would ever squash the beef. And then there was the bigger question, what happens next? Because with 50 Cent, no feud ever ends quietly. He thrives on prolonging chaos. But with Big Meech, the respect level meant this wasn't a game. This was reputational warfare, a battle not for clout, but for legacy. In the end, the scandal left everyone scarred but fascinated. It was messy, It was dramatic, and it was unforgettable. Hip-hop loves a feud, but this one wasn't just another rap beef. This was two giants colliding, with Lil Meech stuck in the middle, trying to hold onto his career while the world watched. And the truth, the final chapter hasn't even been written yet. So there it is, the day 50 Cent's trolling empire collided with Big Meech's legendary legacy. All because of a scandal Lil Meech probably wishes he could erase from Google's search history. What started as a leak turned into one of the messiest, wildest showdowns hip-hop culture has ever seen. Memes flew, captions burned, and reputations cracked. And if you think this is over, oh, sweet summer child, this is only the beginning, because 50 Cent doesn't know the word enough. He milks beef like a farmer milks cows, endlessly, aggressively, and loudly. And Big Meech, he's not the type to let anyone clown his family unchecked. That means this feud is still simmering, still dangerous, and still primed to explode again. Now here's what you need to do. Smash that like button like 50 smashes in Stag.